runs the Ministry of Energy. And that PS decides, I can make money here by doing 1, 2, 3. And he colludes with other PSs and actually make a lot of money from the system, and people become poor. The cost of power goes up. And yet they're saying, we're here to manage this country.
And yet, Dibal,
yes,
that was never in the books.
Yes.
The law was changed. Remember, there was a time which Mwabaya,
yes,
if you were a public civil servant,
yes,
you would not do business.
With the
we then removed that
yes,
law, which then opened up for PS Njoroge and all these other people, Kiraitu and everybody,
yes,
to then move on,
yes,
and set up these companies,
yes,
if it is true.
Yes.
Now, for me, I being on the other side of the aisle, Mwabaya,
yes,
I want to tell.
But we still have a law with the public. What is it? The public.
The one that you need to declare interest.
Yeah, to declare that. We still have laws that you're not supposed to have conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me reverse let me put it differently.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't have a law that stops one,
yes,
from doing business as it is now.
No.
So they've used that
loophole,
the loophole,
yes,
to make sure that they do these businesses.
If you mention Kirauti, if you allow me, if you mention Kirauti was once Minister for Energy.
Yes.
They set the laws. They
Yes,
brought laws from cabinet to parliament to pass them. They make policy. They bring regulations. Actually,
Yes,
what I have liked about the 13th parliament, no regulation passes through parliament without scrutiny. And it is actually, they put regulations. These regulations that come to parliament, and because it is government, they are passed very fast. And
yes,
these regulations,
like an omnibus.
yes,
just passed. Nobody knows
and
what it was about.
And people have created those regulations to benefit themselves.
Yes.
Look at the issue of telecom. How did people make money? How do you sell a government parastatal? Buy back, and you ask questions. You say, the minister tries to say, this is not government. I felt very bad when Minister Musheru said, telecom is not government. But I had him in parliament the other day said, government owns telecom. We just bought a few shares from Helios. How was Helios created? Some issues. And these are the things that make this country not to have money. And when you are Minister for Finance, the first charge is to pay debt.
True.
The first charge is to pay debt. So when you have 100 billion come in, the first thing you say, we have debt of 80 billion. So you'll pay 80 billion. You remain, the first thing you do, they remain with another money, and you say, okay, so what do I pay? Salaries or what do I pay? So at the end of the day, if you ask CS Juguna, he'd say every coin now that he collects, he pays debt. But you ask, where are this coming? How is Kenya Power? What is the debt portfolio? Kenya Power. How much money was borrowed and given to?
How did we
Kenya
get into
Power?
that debt?
Could we also track back to during the leadership of PS Njoroge himself, when he was the CEO?
Absolutely.
Of Kenya Power.
With forensic audit, you get all this data.
Yes.
I mean, you see, Dibal, our country. The other day, somebody said this, and I think it must have been David Ndii.
Yes.
He said Kenya's problem is not revenue collection.
Yes.
Kenya's problem is that we are overspending money that we don't have. Even some of these debts, I sit in the parliamentary committee that is supposed to oversight these debts.
Yes.
If you ask me today what exactly are the debts, how much are these debts worth?
Yes.
Are they in what denominations?
Yes.
And when did these debts incur?
Yes.
And why are we paying for those debts? Very few people would know.
Interestingly, when Ndindi Nyoro was moving the supplementary budget,
Yes.
we discovered that there's money that was borrowed for parastatals.
Yes.
But that parastatal doesn't actually know that money was borrowed
on its behalf.
on its behalf. That was shocking. That you are the head of parastatal, you're the board for that parastatal, but money was borrowed by government and the instruments of date were signed and everything. But you actually do not know. And that money never came to you. That money just vanished there. And then you're told now, you took a loan for this and this, and you are the
you're
CEO,
not aware.
And you're saying, I'm not aware that.
Yes.
It was a very interesting revelation.
And Mheshimiwa
Yes,
Abaya,
yes.
I'll add an addendum now. I'll
Yes.
stretch it for you a little bit further.
yes.
You get the point he's making, that you find a parastatal which money was borrowed on his behalf without that parastatal knowing the case. Now what is happening is that we are even getting conditional grants or some grants coming into the county government.
Yes.
And you'll find that the governor doesn't want anybody to know that that money has actually come.
Yes.
And what is it for?
Yes.
There's money that comes directly
Yes.
to the county governments,
Yes.
which is money that it needs to be oversighted, that need to be discussed even with the assembly.
Yes. Nobody
Is there any threshold for the amount of money that should come?
No, the money is distributed by the national government equitably.
Yes.
But county governments will get money. The money will get to the